Hey Mavens, how are you doing? I'm doing well. I'm here today to talk about something that is probably one of the more underutilized pieces of your makeup slash skincare routine, and that is primer. I'm actually a relatively new primer convert. I didn't start using it until maybe about 2 years ago, just sort of on a whim because I had been watching all of the makeup tutorial videos that you can find on YouTube, and like everybody used primer. I had started using primer on my eyes and loved it, and decided to try it on my face and see what would happen there too. As a really brief overview, primer is what you put on under your makeup. It acts similarly to as if you were painting your walls and needed to prime over it. Think of it as if you had a pink wall and you wanted to change it over to green. If you didn't prime it first with some other type of color or just another layer, then that pink would start seeping through the green. And that's kind of what primer for your face will do as well. It kind of will even it out. It will fill, if you're like me and you have ginormous pores, it will fill those in so that you have a smoother coverage on your foundation. And also it will prevent your makeup from falling into your pores, which can cause breakouts and other type of skin irritations, and maybe even make your skin turn red, which is my problem. My skin is very pink to begin with, so I like to avoid that as much as possible. So I'm just going to show you something a little crazy. I'm using this sample of our Glorious primer, and the only reason I'm using a sample is because the full-size bottle is in the mail. I've been wearing this for a week, and the first thing I did after wearing it for that long and loving it was order the full size. So it shipped yesterday. I'm excited to get the full size bottle. The great thing about it is that you don't use a lot. This will last you probably up to even 6 months in the full size bottle. So it's not like you have to buy it frequently. It's not like you have to buy a lot of it. You don't use that much. So this is what we've got going on. And what I wanted to do is show you on my hand what happens when you use primer and when you don't. So I'm just going to put like a little pea-sized dab of primer right there on my hand, and we're gonna rub that in. Again, like, I'm kind of keeping it contained to this one area, but I could cover probably my entire hand with just that little dab. Okay, so you've got that on the top of my hand. And then we're gonna go in with this is my angle brush from Younique, which I haven't really used angle brushes before, but I'm really coming to terms with how much I love it. I used it for my eyes today to make these wings. So yeah, it's going to be a staple in my wardrobe. So these are the colors that come in palette 3. It's like a pinky purple palette. So first I'm gonna show you, let's do Cheeky, which is like a sparkly, shimmery purple color. So on the bottom of my hand here, where we didn't have primer, let's put that on. And you can see, I mean, like, it's kind of dull, and as you brush it in, it gets lighter and lighter, which is fine if that's a look that you're going for. But if I'm, if I'm buying eyeshadow and I'm trying to wear eyeshadow, the last thing I want it to do is blow off and rub off during the day. So that's without your primer. So let's go back into the top of my hand where we applied our primer. Now see, look at that, like the pigmentation shows up. It's not going anywhere. I can't see what I'm doing. Just look how deep that is. So that's with primer. And you can even see, like, now you can see the shimmer of the eyeshadow, whereas down here you really can't. It just looks kind of dull. But here you can see the shimmer. It just kind of makes the color a lot more, it makes it look like what it's supposed to look, what it looks like in the palette. How many times do you buy a palette and then you put it on and it doesn't look anything like it? Part of your problem could be primer. So yeah, without primer, with primer, you can totally tell a difference. This one just looks dull. This one actually looks like it's supposed to. So yeah, I always wear primer on my eyes pretty much almost every day. I'm talking about like when I'm not wearing, if I wear foundation, I always wear primer, but even if I don't wear foundation, I may put primer on. This is kind of even my skin out. It just looks a lot smoother. It helps my foundation go on more smoothly when I'm wearing it, and it just looks really good. So I would say if you're not already using primer as part of your beauty routine, you should definitely start, because otherwise you're just wasting product and it's not looking the way that it's supposed to. It's not the way that you intended it to look. So ultimately, without primer, you're kind of just wasting time and money putting your face together, and it's not looking as it should. So yeah, that's kind of my tip for the day. It kind of blew my mind when I saw the comparison like this the first time. Because I always just started wearing primer and I noticed a difference, but it was never side by side like this. Yeah. My advice, guys, if you're investing in good quality makeup, then you want to invest in the tools to make sure it looks like you're investing in good quality makeup. So that is my big tip for the day. Primer, don't leave home without it. And I hope that was helpful. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll leave a link if you want to check this out on our website down below. And I will see you guys later. Bye.